Good. All right. James, obviously a big win, an important fight for you. What's the feeling like right now?
It's good. I feel good. Disappointed I didn't get a finish. He was tough, man, and he was. I knew that. I didn't underestimate the guy at all. I knew he was tough. I trained my ass off like I always do, and dislocated my finger. But that wasn't, no excuse to do. Was just a gritty veteran with won 8 out of his last 9 fights in the UFC, and has one of the best records in the entire organization. He's just a tough dude, and the one thing I was surprised about is the rumor on him and with his cardio. The dude didn't get tired. He didn't get tired at all. And when he did get tired, I could tell he got tired. But he's a warrior. He sucked it up. He didn't break when he got tired. And I was shocked that he didn't get more tired for sure.
Yeah, you mentioned the dislocated finger. When did that happen? What happened?
It was either the end of the second or the beginning of the third round. He threw like a kick, and I put my hand up to block, and I looked down, and it was bent all the way backwards. And I was like, oh, and I looked at him, and he saw it, and I was like, no, and I popped it right back in place, and it just kept going. And that's why in the third round I really didn't throw my right hand much. I stayed in front of him, but I just kept doing side kicks, keeping him off, because I didn't want to. It was hurting real bad. I didn't want to throw it. So I had to make it work.
I understand you're disappointed that you didn't get the finish, but I'm very happy with how you fought overall, especially against a ranked guy, a proven guy like that. Are you satisfied with the way you fought?
Yeah, and Trinaldo, Trinaldo's beat a lot of guys that were supposed to be like me. They were supposed to be up-and-comers, and he shut them trains down. And, I knew what was at stake. I wasn't going to let that happen. He's beat a lot of guys coming up that were on the way up, and like I was calling all these guys out. They were praying, man. Guys like Kevin Lee and Kiss, they're praying that Trinaldo beats me. They don't want to have to fight me, so they're praying. A salty veteran like that will take me out, so they don't have to deal with me.
So give me the plan now. You mentioned it, world title. You brought out the biggest names in the division right now. So are you saying you stay ready, and if somebody needs to fill in this fight that's coming up, you jump in there? Or how do you see things playing out for yourself?
100%. Obviously I have a baby coming up due 3 days before that event, so my baby's due April 5th. But my goal in my mind, my destiny is to become a world champion. I work my ass off. Some of these guys have been training for 10 years longer than me, and I've beaten them all. I have one of the best records in the entire organization, 9-1. You can't name probably 3 other guys that have a better record than that. Khabib is probably the only one because he's never lost. So 100%. I'm ready to fight for a world title. I'm ready for these guys. I've been training. I've been working my ass off for the last 11 years to get to where I'm at, and my skill set is at all-time high, and I'm 100% ready for these guys.
And last thing for me, you think you'll finally get the respect that you deserve, or do you think you're still going to have to keep, shouting it out?
I don't know. I wish I would have got the finish because it would have did me more justice for sure. I'm pissed because I rocked him real bad in the first round, and I rushed in and I let him change levels on me, and then get the takedown, and then we got scrambled up, and he got his wits about him. So I'm pissed I didn't get the finish because that would have looked better for my case. But I really didn't take any damage that fight, and besides my hand, kind of a self-inflicted injury basically, and I better get some respect, and I'm hoping, at this point I'm ranked, after this fight I'll be ranked in the top 10. I'm hoping.
Looking on social media, a couple of the guys kind of responded to, your call out, like Michael Chiesa posted like a little thing.
What did he say? I bet
it was just a little picture kind of like dismissing, your call out.
Yeah, that's cool.
That. So, with these guys, like, what do you, obviously you go out there, you get win after win. Is there anything that you can do that you see that you can, get these guys' attention?
Basically, the UFC is going to have to force these guys to fight me. Sean Shelby tells me on the phone, he's trying hard as he can to do his job. He tells me these guys want no part of you. He straight up tells me that. He's like, he's told me, he goes, I'm going to try to make that fight. They wanted to make the Chiesa fight because it made the most sense. The dude beat me 6 years ago on The Ultimate Fighter. Okay, and the thing with him, the problem I have with him is he says that I'm not ranked high enough to fight him. Okay, I understand, dude. If you think that you've worked harder and you've earned a higher ranking and I don't deserve to fight you because I'm not ranked high enough, okay, I respect that. Until you start calling out Evan Dunham, who's ranked fucking below me, and now you're fighting Anthony Pettis, who's ranked below me. So that whole argument just went out the window because you're agreeing to fight guys that are ranked below me, but I'm not ranked high enough for you. And Kevin Lee's turned out 2 fights with me already. Back after I beat Glyco Franca in Vegas before I lost my only fight to Dariush, Kevin Lee turned down that fight with me. And I have text messages from Joe Silva and Sean Shelby on both of these for if he ever tries to deny that, I'm going to expose his ass on social media. I mean, he hasn't really denied it. He just hasn't even mentioned it. They don't want to mention my name. I don't care. I'm done with these guys. If they don't want to sign, if they don't sign the fights, I don't care. They don't have to fight me. I'm thinking Khabib. I'm thinking Tony Ferguson. I'm thinking McGregor. I'm thinking world title fights. I'm 9-1. I just have the same record as Conor McGregor has in the UFC. So I mean, to say that I'm not worthy to fight these dudes is a joke. I am worthy. So I don't give a fuck if Kevin Lee and Chiesa don't want to fight me, or Dustin Poirier, or Justin Gaethje. Justin Gaethje was running his mouth back early this summer. The dude's a fucking punching bag. I'll knock his ass out. These dudes don't want to fight me, man. I don't even care. I'm thinking above that.
Just going back to the the dislocated finger, could you talk about your mindset when it happened? The perseverance factor. Were you worried about it at all?
Yeah, I mean, it hurt. I ain't gonna lie, it's never happened. I dislocated my toe before in practice, but I've never dislocated my finger. And at first I was like, oh, is it broke? Is it dislocated? And I popped it. I was like, well, whatever, I'm gonna go with it. And it went back in place. I was like, oh, thank God. I mean, it wasn't going to stop the fights, and I knew I was going to find a way to win, and I thought I was up 2 rounds. Honestly, I know it was a competitive fight, but I thought I won every round. It was competitive, though. Maybe he did win a round, I mean, the dude was a warrior, Trinaldo I have the utmost respect for that guy for coming to take the fight with me. And, my hand, it sucked, but I wasn't going to let it, it wasn't going to stop anything.
Would you be willing to take a fight at 170, if you don't get one of these top guys to sign with you?
If it's a top guy, yeah, I would take a top guy. I would take a fight at 170 if it was a top guy, 100%. But if I move up to one, everybody's like, this is what I understand, everybody's like, oh, James Vick's too big for the weight class. First of all, there's plenty of guys. Kevin Lee said he walks around at 195 pounds. There's plenty of guys who walk around as bigger than I do. 10 weight cuts in a row now, I've never missed weight. Never had no hiccups of even coming close to missing weight. So people need to go on with that shit. It's weight class, not height class. I mean, I'm fucking 6'3", but I'm skinny as shit. I'm not. I mean, come on. It's weight class, not height class. I'm not gonna apologize for being tall and skinny any more than Trinaldo's gonna apologize for being short and muscular. I mean, come on.
You think you can get a world title this year?
Yeah, hell yeah. I think I'm gonna be a world champion. I'm gonna be the world champion by the end of the year. 100%. I believe that with all my heart. My skill set is all-time high. I'm ready. I've been ready for these guys. It took me a while to, I started this game late in life. I didn't start training until I was 20 years old. Some of these guys have been training since they were kids. I'm 31 years old now. I've had some, I had one loss that was a setback, and I've had some major surgeries. But I've been healthy. That's my 4th fight in basically a year. Last year I fought, February 4th in Houston. So that's a year and 2 weeks. That's my 4th fight. That's the most active I've been in the UFC, and I feel great right now. I mean, I have a couple bumps and bruises, but that's, fighting or whatever. But I feel good as hell, and I plan on being in the gym doing something by the end of the week. Yeah, I'm ready. I'm going to be a world champion by the end of the year.
How do you celebrate this win here in Texas? What are you going to be doing?
So I've been gone a lot for my girlfriend's pregnancy because the training camps and fighting and stuff. So I promised her we're going to stay in Austin for a couple of days and do all this, romantic baby moon is what she called it, stuff that she wants to do. So I'm doing that, and basically I'm just going to eat a bunch of food. And then I'm going to go home and I'm going to go wild hog hunting, and I love hunting, and I'm going to go hunting and have some fun.